Hi, welcome. This is my Peppermint 7 installation. It's on a dedicated computer for family use. And you can see I've moved my panel to the top to be consistent with my other installations. And I wanted to talk really quickly about 3 programs that are in Peppermint 7 that are just really nice. The first being a USB stick formatter. Here, it can be difficult to sometimes reformat a USB device after you've written a Linux image to it and used it as a live USB device. Here I would simply select my USB device, select what format I wanted to use it in, and here this gives me a very nice cheat sheet of the 3 choices I have: FAT32, NTFS, or ext4. And it tells me which is read by which different operating system. That's just very handy to have available to you. Now, in a USB device, I almost 100% write as a FAT32 format. And then you can rename it and label your stick. Just a very sweet program. So let's get out of that. Then we have a very basic image writer. I would just simply select my image that I wanted to write. You can see I'm playing around with quite a few operating systems presently. And then select my USB device and click write. Very basic. And then there's ICE. Peppermint 7 did come up with ICE. It's just a single site browser, and it lets me create an icon of frequently visited websites and put it on the panel or on the desktop or in the menu. I find I use that a lot with a touch screen. Very handy. And you can see I just have my panel at the top. Very simple. I put my own wallpaper down. I can access my files. The terminal. I believe I have Screen Fetch installed here. And I do. You can see this is an AMD quad-core machine. It's not very fast. It does have 8 gigabytes of RAM. But once again, using Linux, it is just a wonderful desktop to work on. And this supports multiple users. I use it, and my primary distribution is Manjaro, which is an Arch-based distribution. My wife uses it, and she primarily uses Mint on a laptop. And there's not much of a transition or learning curve to go from Mint to Peppermint 7. They're both based off of Ubuntu. And then my kids use it too, so it's serving quite a few needs there. And I have my different workspaces. I see I have a few updates to install. Let's see what I get here. And you can see it's a little more graphical, and it gives a colorful ratings level of how important those updates are to install. I'll do that a little bit later. And I've got a wired connection, simple screen recorder, speakers. So it's just a very basic installation. It works. Peppermint 7 is a lighter operating system, and it's also a little more graphically orientated than the other ones I use. I highly recommend Peppermint 7 for day in, day out use. It's a wonderful operating system to have, and it's not a bad selection to be your first Linux distribution. Thanks for watching.